far. Clean and green for the modifieds in heat number 4. Presented by Hoosier Racing Tires. They're getting a little sideways as Sizemore in 10 off 2. Holds it together. Here's your leader on the monitor. It's Francis. Out in front. What a turnaround. Running for the big money tonight for a $3,000 to win. Getting ready for another big show coming up again in September. Moeller and Atomic. That'll be a part of the Fall Nationals on the Flow Sports Network for the Renegades of Dirt. And it culminates in October along with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series of the Dirt Track World Championship. Portsmouth Raceway Park will have it for you on Flow Racing as well. The white flag goes in the air. One more lap to go on lap number 7. Coming to turn 3 out of 4. Francis holds his line. Sizemore spins in 2. Goes onto it. Keeps it going. It's Francis winning in 11 in heat 4. Austin Francis there in the number 11. Taking heat race number 4 unofficially. They got to go to the scales. So, ladies and gentlemen, transferring into the show in the number 7 entry. Out of Kennels Mills, Pennsylvania, the number 7 entry of the kid, Drake Troutman. Finishing in 3rd, the car number 21S out of Jackson, Ohio, Seth Daniels. Runner-up in heat race number 4, the number 38 entry. Give it up, race fans, to Aaron Branham. And your heat number 4 winner in the number 11 from Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen, at the scales. Give it up to Mr. Austin Francis. Heat race number 4 is presented by Hoosier Racing Tires. Tires designed for champions. Hoosier Racing Tire is devoted to producing, developing, and marketing the best performance race tires in the entire world of motorsports. For more information, visit the Hoosier Tire website at HoosierTire.org. Tires designed for champions. That is Hoosier Racing Tire. Heat race number 4 in the books. All the heat races are in the books. How about it, race fans? Give those modified guys a round of applause. How about it? You enjoy it? We'll be back in a bit for the B-Mains. Late models are next for their 2 heat races. Ready for the late models. 2 heat races coming up. Getting ready for the first of 2 heat races for super late models here tonight at Richmond Raceway. Everybody will go to the dance. Everybody will go to the dance. Let's give you your starting lineup on the pole. The Lincoln Leadfoot of Victor Lee in the 1X is outside. Winner the last night of Derek Fisher in the Longhorn, number 38. Row number 2 to the inside, the boss of Dennis Robertson in 25 to his outside, Daniel Dial in 11D. A.J. Hickson, 64. Alan Salisbury, 17. Terry Cheeks in 24. Wayne Helton in 01. And Kirk Phillips is a scratch for the blown motor last night. We're underway in heat number 1. How's that song go by Aerosmith? Same old story, same old song and dance. Off of turn 4. The Longhorn battles on the outside. Fisher powers to the bottom. Is on the inside, Victor Lee. Door to door now off turn 2. For the lead as they go to the back stretch in heat number 1 for the Supers. Door to door, bobbing and weaving off the corner. Fisher up the track. Here comes Victor Lee to the bottom. He'll go to the lead as they go to turn 1. Lee to the inside, Fisher back to the outside. They're powering door to door with one another. Out powering on the outside with a crossover. It's going to be Victor Lee with a slider up the outside. Comes Fisher one more time, trying to reel him back in off turn 4. The action on Flow Racing as they fly by, back to 1 and 2. Derek Fisher now up the racetrack, trying to close in on the man of the 1X. That's going to be the driver, Victor Lee, the Lincoln Leadfoot. He is off the pace now. Now he gets back to speed right in front of the leader. Up the racetrack, the Longhorn of Fisher. Fisher and Victor Lee playing mind games with one another to the back straightaway. Bonus race coverage here on the Flow Racing Network of the Super Late Models here as well as the KDRA Street Stocks, part of the Renegades of Dirt Southern Swing finale night here at Richmond Raceway, the Beast of the East in Richmond, Kentucky. Back at 1 and 2. Back straightaway they go. Victor Lee still out in front of the number 1X. The driver of the 1X machine still hitting his marks. So that's the way they stand. Another lap in, off the corner. Man leading the way. Still going to be Fisher. Trying to close in on that leader. Victor Lee, another lap in. The Lincoln Leadfoot holding on to the top spot. But here comes Derek Fisher one more time. Heat 1 for the Supers. Rolling here on a Saturday night in Richmond. Off of turn 4 to the line. They'll come to the stripe and the white flag waves. One more lap to go in Heat 1 for the Supers. Victor Lee, the Lincoln Leadfoot, winner last night for the Renegades of Dirt Modifieds. Coming off of turn number 4, he will exit off the racetrack and checkers will wave. Heat number 1 for the Supers. Give it to the Lincoln Leadfoot of Victor Lee in the 1X. Second spot's going to go to Derek Fisher. Third's going to go to the boss of Dennis Robertson. And fourth will go to the 11 of Daniel Dial. So, ladies and gentlemen, they will go to the scales to make it official. Give it up to your Heat Race 1 winner for the Supers, the Lincoln Leadfoot Victor Lee. How about it? The 1X of Victor Lee will take Heat Race number 1. Second spot again going to the 38 of the Longhorn of Derek Fisher. Then it's the number 25 of the boss, Dennis Robertson. Then you've got the 11 of Daniel Dial taking 4th and 5th, the number 24 of Terry Cheeks. Heat 1 for the Supers in the books. Heat number 2 is next. Thumbs up at the scales. It's good for Victor Lee. He'll be on the pole for the Supers. And we're ready for heat race number 2 for the Super Late Models. KDRA Street Stocks, please get them lined up. Your heat races are next. We got one heat race, and then we go feature one consi for the modifieds, and then we have a features. Get ready for heat race number 2 for your super late models. On the pole, the number 81 entry after making an engine change last night because of problems. It's Brandon Fouts in the 81. Richard Musick in the 6M. He'll be on the outside. Richard Musick, row number 2 to the inside. Larry Martin Jr., the number 12 to his outside. CJ Rubble in the 15 Jr. Then it's going to be the 44, Chris Johnson, followed by Jason Barrett in 5B. Sean Martin, Tommy Carlton, final row. Green is out in heat 2 for the Supers at Richmond. Got a dandy of a B main for the modifieds coming up here after the street stocks heat race. One and only heat off the corner. They rock off of 4. Powering back into 1 and 2. Brandon Fouts leads the way to the inside. Battle for the second spot. Making contact there is the 12 and... Wow, there we go. Okay, 12 and 15 are Larry Martin and CJ Rubble off the corner. They hold it together. Back across the line. Another lap in. Give it to the number 81. Fouts leading. No, trouble in 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stack them up into the wall. Keeps going. A 2-car incident. It could have been 5 or more. And they look like they've locked intertwined with one another. And we are under yellow flag. And they could be able to carry a conversation with each other the way they're nose to nose and window to window connected. Caution out for the 12 and the 2. And the yellow is out. Caution for the number 12 and the 44. Larry Martin Jr. and Chris Johnson. And here's your replay on Flow Sports. From the flyby shot in turns 1 and 2, Johnson got right down to the left rear and just kind of turned around. The 12 of Martin. And then Johnson and Martin stay intertwined there, having a meeting of the minds with each other about what they're going to do for dinner. Waffle House or Steak and Shake? After that incident there in turn number 1 and 2. Beautiful sunset upon us here in Richmond, Kentucky, just after 8:30 o'clock Eastern. Welcome to Flow Racing Network's coverage of the final night. The final night of the Dirt Car Racing Renegades of Dirt Southern Swing here at Richmond Raceway. Our final racing program before we pack it up and get ready for our fall races. For the Renegades of Dirt Modifieds, you're watching bonus coverage with the Supers, and there goes a bad restart here. My goodness, 27 didn't go. A Sean Martin. And he about bunched up the pack behind him. They'll keep it going. We'll still stay green. 2 laps in of 10. Problems on the 5B. Jason Barrett, his car's off the pace. The Rocket in turn 1 and 2. He is in pro. He's going to exit off the racetrack. We'll stay green. Barrett's out. So Barrett goes up the hill, out of the park. We'll stay green. And your leader is still Brandon Fouts leading off the corner. Fouts is there, followed by Johnson and the number 6 machine of Richard Musick. Fouts holds his line. Johnson back to the inside. Musick is there as well, followed by Rubel and Martin. The top 5, they're all single file. Nobody breaking out of line. And it's all Brandon Fouts out in front. Had some mechanical issues in the 81 car last night, but they have thrashed and worked hard all night long, like Lionel Richie, baby, in the Bluegrass State, to get that car fixed. And it's out in P1 right now in Heat 2. To the line, 2 laps remaining in Heat number 2. Whoa, we got one to the wall almost. Wow, hold on there, Danny Martin Jr., Larry Martin Jr., He gave us a scare there for a second. The back end of the car was in the concrete as the white